Yo, what's good, guys? How you doing? Design Syndrome here. Glad to have you back on the channel. How is everyone doing? Glad to have you back. Let me get rid of the music because I had to change my screen setup just a bit because we're gonna draw on the Wacom tablet. So I don't know where's the epidemic sound. Shit. There it is. How you doing, my guys? Glad to have you here. So, Design Dojo. Assignment number 5. If you're new to this, if you're just joining, you just found my channel. My name is Mauro, aka Design Syndrome, and the Design Dojo is just a space I created so we can practice and grow together as designers. It's structured like a yearly practice, kind of like a course, but it's much more like uni instead of a course because I hate courses. But this is a space in which we can practice like through structured assignments on a yearly basis, so you're gonna have all the information on the links below. You can join the Discord channel. This is all happening on Discord. Once you get there, you're gonna see all the information channels and you'll know what to do. And this is assignment 5, but don't worry, you can jump in anytime and you can start from the beginning, or you can just hop in whatever we are doing, because we're going to be taking a look at some of what you guys been doing, giving some live feedback, and I'm going to be explaining the current assignment live. So yeah, my guys, glad to have you here. I really love like sharing this space with you and doing all the bullshit we've been up to, you know what I mean? So assignment 5, this is gesture drawing. So I get it, if you're a graphic designer, you're like scared of drawing, but you know what I mean? Like this is a continuation of the past assignment that we did, that was drawing 101. And in that one, I try to make a case that it's super important as designers to train our hands, you know what I mean? Because it's the most direct and noble of the art forms, because when we're working with a computer, you apply a filter and everything, it's kind of accidental, you know what I mean? So drawing is one of those things in where the line you place is the line you intended to place, you know what I mean? So training that direct input will train a lot of your confidence, in the confidence that will translate in other kinds of art forms, not only in just drawing, you know what I mean? There is also a lot of observation and patience that goes into drawing that I think it's really key to train as designers. So the first assignment was more around getting a solid line, a solid line that you can give a quick stroke and make a purposeful, not the hairy line, when you do like those little line and it gets like all fuzzy and hairy. We don't want any of that. So yeah, those were drills that you could take on a daily practice as to try to get the mileage to really improve your line, you know what I mean? So in this one, we're going to be taking a look at gesture drawing, the good old classic assignment for drawing. We're gonna take a look at the I'm new to the channel, I need to catch up, assignment 1 to 4. Yeah, don't worry, my guy, do it at your own time. You can jump at them maybe when we finish this year. Like we're still early, you know what I mean? The first ones were really fun and really, they are not what you think like that they're gonna be. Like get into the Discord and just play around with what you see, you know what I mean? I trained in one of the best schools for design here in Buenos Aires, the University of Buenos Aires, and I learned a lot there. And these exercises are revisions of those, but made a bit simpler, and also with some other additions that I did throughout the years. This is the 3rd year for Design Dojo, which is amazing, and I've been really like molding it better and better each year. I think this year has the better the better progression of assignments, you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll just play around with some drawing. This is a drawing, really. It's not something that I can't possibly teach you to draw in a couple of weeks, you know what I mean? I'm not even okay, I'm good at drawing. I'm solid at drawing, you know what I mean? But I don't draw for a living, So here and there, I draw. I'm coming back to it. I actually wanted to be a concept artist, and I got pretty good, you know what I mean? But in my mind, what is being good to draw, it's like an amazing level, But I can see how drawing has helped me as a designer, So yeah, let's just take a quick look at the Discord. Let's take a quick look at the Discord. Let me check here. How are we on the screens. Perfect. So this is the Design Dojo Discord channel. This is the general chat. Here we're gonna have all the assignment boards. Here we are in assignment 5. Oh, I need to unpin this because this was the old one, and we need to pin the last assignment here. So you're gonna see the last one pinned at the top, my guys. And gesture drawing, I don't think any of you will still uploaded anything here, but you're gonna have all the links for the briefing. I already uploaded some gesture, some references that you can use, and we're gonna be using now for practicing mine, the reference poses, because the reference poses, you're gonna get a lot of action poses that are more geared toward comic artists and people that are training in that space. So yeah. And I found ones that are more from theater and photography that I think are a bit more dramatic. They are harder to do, but we'll get at it. Here I also leave you some really cool gesture drawing specialized videos that I found, because here I'm just gonna try to 1 second. Here I'm gonna just riff off of what I know, what I remember, But these ones are the goats, Proco, and this other dude that I found. It's really amazing. You're gonna have solid practice and follow along videos here. So, for example, let's go to drawing 101. These were some of the drills that I was have you doing. Some of you already delved into some gesture drawing. These are really good. 5 minutes, 1 minute. This is another key thing that I said for this assignment. Is just take some time, draw 1 hour each day. Most of the assignments are a set number of pieces that you need to make. That is going to be different from assignment to assignment. But for this one, drawing, it's something that you need to tackle every day. It's not it's better to draw 1 hour every day than to draw 7 hours one day. You know what I mean? It's something that you need to come back to fresh and take it as a really ludic and fun practice. Drawing is supposed to be fun. But yeah, I remember doing a lot of hours, and it got to a point in which was this is really intense. But yeah, these are from assignment 1, from assignment 4, which was drawing 101, and everything was more around getting lines, solid perspective. I mean, intuitively, line drills. These ones are kind of sketchy, but this one is the one that I did I was doing a poster to show the assignment. These ones are kind of hairy, you know what I mean? You need to go a bit slower on these. You need to go a bit slower and control your hand a lot more. Let me see if I can find one that is really good. These ones are really good. I can tell in some areas that the line it was done a bit slow, because you can see all the trembling in the line, and you should do quick strokes. That's why this part of the assignment, the lines are so good, because you start to catch your rhythm, and that really helps you. But really, really amazing work here on the planes. This assignment, the part of doing the sequence of planes that go they get a bit closer each time. That's really hard to do. That's really a hard one to do. It's not easy. But yeah, that one really fucked me up. These ones are amazing. Really good. I'm not sure if this person used a ruler. I don't feel that he did or she did. Those ones are good. Here we have more drawings. This one, it's also pretty hard to do. Here it's correct, but it feels like each and one of them it's on a little step. They are going up above of each other. But yeah, this one, the planes one, that fold, that's really good. It's really well done. But this is what I mean, guys. You need to get that mileage. This is the patterns you need to practice to get a solid line, a solid line, yeah, a solid straight line, a solid ellipse. These are really good. these are really nice warm-ups. And what's really cool that you can sort of create like a cool page composition with them. It's not that you can you just do the thing. We're practicing as designers, so we should see what we can create with this. Actually, let me show you the one that I did for the previous week right here. 2026, my piece. Oh no. Like I did this one, so I did some of the patterns, but then started playing with the volumes and try to make like a full poster with it. Then painted it with the Sharingan from Naruto there. Because I don't know if you read the text that I did also for this post, and I was saying like the drawing eye, when you learn to pay attention, it's sort of like the Sharingan, you know what I mean? You get that sense of in the movement, and you learn to spot things with your eye that only you can get that sensible with your eyes. I feel like only when you have practice like painting or drawing, that kinds of stuff, in which you're really forced to look, you know what I mean? Let me know, guys, if you have any doubt regarding the assignment or whatever it is that you want to talk about. We can talk about, you know what I mean? But yeah, drawing's an amazing thing, bro. Here, some of you guys were just sharing what you were doing before. Really nice. Some of you really got to connect again with drawing. Well, here I was showing you like the new keycaps and the desk pass. I'm gonna show you that at the end, but they already out, my guys. Like if you wanted to get the drop, the capsule that I did with 1 of 0, I have them like right here. You can get them already. I put a link on the Discord. I mean, I'm gonna be talking more about it, but now I wanted to focus on the assignment. You know what I mean? Here we have more drills. These are good. These are good. So okay, now let's just take a quick look at. I was looking at some stuff here on Pinterest. I did some at the board at the brief, but the brief I had to knock out pretty quickly. And now looking back at it, I don't think the full brief, the PDF, it's really good. I think I'm gonna change it a little bit after the fact, but the idea is just get to drawing 1 hour a day and submit what you've made by the end of the week. You know what I mean? After this, we're gonna get into typography, and we're gonna go back to drawing a little bit and doing some sketch stuff with some collage work, for typography, which is gonna be really fun. But I think it was good, to stop a bit, a pit stop on the human body, because from here everything is gonna stem out from, the human body, at least for us, it's the beginning and the end of everything, right? We think of everything in terms of us, and of us we think in terms of everything else. So in a way, to understand stuff is to reduce it to the human experience, and I think to be able to draw the body teaches us a lot about that, and it has nothing to do with drawing, right? And everything to do with us, we spend a lot of time looking at our own bodies and the bodies of others, and we don't really understand the body until you draw it, and then there is an immense amount of appreciation you get just for your body if you learn to draw it. You know what I mean? So that's another like level of appreciation that has nothing to do and has everything to do with design. You learn to see its relationships, and some of those are the same in nature. You know what I mean? We're gonna start to see the same patterns everywhere, right? And those beautiful patterns are the ones that ultimately translate into beautiful design after the fact. It's like it's not something you're gonna do consciously, right? It's a language that you're gonna just learn, and you're gonna just use it, right? And riffing off what I was saying about type has a lot of that also. A lot of those principles work in typography as well. The rhythm of how the body moves, the body flows. How the booty flows, how the body flows. All of that shape and counter shape that the body has, it's also on typography, right? So I think it's really important to do a pit stop on the body And I think I was starting to say this and I got sidetracked, but it's not possible to learn to draw in a few weeks. All I can do for you with this assignment is just to open a door and hoping you'll go through it. And once you pick up the pencil, it's like being a black belt. You will never be a true black belt, right? It's a lifelong practice. I don't remember which was the martial art in which they gave you like the final mark on your black belt once you died, because that was the final experience, And I think drawing, it's a bit like that, It's a lifelong thing, and something that I was thinking, right, that I was really crazy. I feel the thing that pushed me back to drawing and motivated me to do this assignment and to just, it's not that I'm gonna teach you how to draw. I'm gonna show you the door. You're gonna have to go through it. But I think it's important now with AI to trying to go back to this kind of slower paced arts, because at the rhythm that everything is coming at us, and the rhythm that we are expected to create, it's more about the work that is expected of us to create and not about what we supposed to become. You know what I mean? Because learning to draw, it's not about or learning to paint. At some point, it might be about the work you want to do, right? But the discipline, it's doing a lot of work in yourself. So the slower is the art, the harder is the work on yourself, not the work on the final piece. You know what I mean? So these kind of slower arts, I think, are super important nowadays, because they force you to stop and to think and to then do the thing. My guy was saying, man, just wanted to say hello and goodbye because it's crazy late where I'm here. Thank you for your work and support. You're great. Oh, my guy. Okay, thank you for your kind words, my guy. This is gonna be, the bot's gonna be there so you can watch it. So yeah, that's what I want to say. That's my bit about drawing and about how I feel these kind of things are really important. You know what I mean? To go back into sort of doing art, and not for the piece, just for doing the art, just for, because drawing is fun, and when you get it, it's like, fuck, I get it, and that's not a prompt. So okay, let's go back to this. Oh, I bought a look what I bought, guys. I got one of these. I used to mix a lot back in the day. I remember we used to go to a lot of. I was a big raver back in the day, and I remember we used to do this really, really crazy like pre-party meetups with the guys, and we used to mix. And I always wanted to go back to it, and now, because of this that I'm telling you, I picked up the pencil again. I managed to get the habit of reading again, and I feel I need something with music. So I was like, oh, I need to get back to mixing again, to feel the time and actually not scroll, you know what I mean? but yeah, and I've been doing some quick mixes, and it's been really great. But like what I wanted to say is like it all ties back to this that I'm saying, right? So let's go. Let me show you this. Boom, boom. So okay, key for the assignment: draw for 1 hour. Do quick. Oh shit. What was that? Went crazy right there. So draw for 1 hour and try to do some 10-second studies, 30-second studies, 10-minute studies, half an hour. Try to do a full 1 hour study, trying to do really, really, really granular. But that can look pretty different from person to person, you know what I mean? For example, something like this can be like this could be like a 10-minute study, depending from the person, right? But I just wanted to show you all the different ways in which a study, a gesture study, can look, right? This would be the ideal for a 10-second. I think this is from Prokopenko. I know from how he draws. If you see the video that I showed you, right? I just bought this book, and it's coming to me. Like every kind of crazy artist, which are the greats. I can't remember the name of the author, but this is a very well-known book for for gesture drawing, and he's showing like the balance line, where the weight sits on the pose, and that helps you manage a lot of the tension. I'm gonna show you that on some examples later, right? This you are supposed to copy. You can copy this from the book, and you sort of understand a lot of what he's trying to tell you, right? He's trying to show you what's the relationship of the angle of all the parts of the body, the different boxes, kind of like this. You see, usually you would just stack like the thorax and yeah, that's Bridgman, I feel like. You would just stack like the box of your thorax on top of your pelvis, and it's much more like this. It's like one it's tilted back and the other like tilted forward, right? But this is much more, we getting into morphology, and that's the kind of thing that the gesture drawing has, because you need to have a little bit of understanding about these things. You know what I mean? If you know, then it becomes a little bit easier, right, to get the pose. For example, something like this is a beautiful gesture study, but it's really hard. Loomis, yeah, Loomis, it's great, but Loomis is much for structure. I have the Loomis book, and the other one that I let me see. Oh, I'm gonna show it again, guys, but I'm gonna show you because it's fucking great. This is the other one that I always use. Let me go to the shit. This is the one, guys. Like, this is the one that I learned to draw on, and you can see like it really goes into like trying to simplify the like the parts of the body. And yeah, this is more for when you really want to get into it and actually learn, and you can get into this book. But it has some stuff on gesture drawing, but it's more around getting like really granular and really great at anatomy. Yeah, gesture, you just gotta practice, stuff like this, but to do stuff like that, you need to get a little bit of oh, sorry, you need to do a little bit of anatomy, just to get the sense. I don't want to show no nudity because it's gonna fuck my account up. Something like this. It's really simple, but this is really hard to do, right? So yeah, gesture is gonna look terrible, but the key thing is that you try to do it. You try to do it. The book, it's on the brief, bro. Go to Discord, and in the brief on the PDF, it's the book. Like, I literally gave it there. This is a very important like concept that I am gonna talk about later. Like, the body, it's all curve and counter curve. You're gonna have stuff like that goes and then the other. It's like curve and counter curve. It's never curve and curve. That doesn't, it can happen, but it doesn't look natural. It is not common, right? Everything in the body, it's curve, counter curve, curve, counter curve, you break, curve, break. It's never like straights or curve to curve. There's also this. You don't need to find the action line, which is the S curve. You have the C curve, and you have the straight. You never go like curve. It's like curve, straight, curve, counter curve. Oh, this is another thing you need to look for on the poses, like the stretch and a pinch. Like, just because of the nature of the body, when something stretches, something in other place needs to pinch. This is what I meant. It's like curve, 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 like curve, counter curve, curve, counter curve. You know what I mean? Yeah, that book is goated, bro. But again, guys, like, this is just me trying to open a door so you can get into drawing and get into the habit of practicing drawing. because it's really gonna free your hand, and it's also gonna free your mind in terms of what you can think. Because for me, I really believe that drawing, you don't need to become great at drawing, right? But if you can do a couple of simple like forms, it unlocks like a certain three-dimensional way of thinking, in which you can think in a more vivid way. Because you can imagine things better, right? So yeah, let's just put let's just go into Photoshop. Let me put this here. They were showing the Wacom already. Let me move that there. So yeah, let me grab my Wacom 1 second, guys. Let me just set this up. So yeah, let me know if you have any doubt or any questions, guys, that you would like me to answer. Yeah, I'm really pumped and really glad for the dojo. You guys been really showing up, and the community is really lively, guys. Like big props. Everyone's really putting their best and doing their work. It's really great. Let me put my glove here. Bang. Put the glove to not scratch the work on. Coffee. Let's go. Are you seeing my pen? Oh shit. Bro. There. Oh, I need to later. I'm gonna make available this pencil pack, because this is mine. I made this brush pack. Really good. I really like it. These are some that I drew. Sorry. This is some that I drew when I was practicing and making the poster. Right, and when drawing the body, like, there is this thing that you need to look for and think about, right? Which is the orientation of these parts, right? This is what I mean. You're gonna have always curve and counter curve. You think, for example, you're gonna have, like, when you have the torso of somebody, right? You're gonna have shoulder, right? It's all the same. And it's also depending on the. Actually, let me just grab a picture and let's just do a quick study. Mm, mhm. Just for reference. Here I have. Are you seeing my screen? Let me see. I don't want to see. So these are some that I already like. This is on the folder that I gave you, just to do some references. This one is hard because my guy it's like flying, so you could start by doing something like this. Actually, let's do that one now. Where was it? I have it here. When doing a study, it's gonna change. Gonna change. Oh, sorry, my dog. It's really gonna change depending on the how long the study is. What's gonna be the vibe that you're gonna have. So let's say we were making like a 10-second study, then we can do like, okay, I see something like this, which is this part here, and then right? Like something like that can work. It's not perfect, but I'm trying to just get, like that tilt from the pelvis, like he's putting his weight on this leg, and that can something that really can help you, when you're trying to do a pose. Like try to find where this line is. Here I already like did it bad. See, he has his head is looking straight down, and his support leg is sort of coming like this and going past the line. So this one, it's more like, more like that. See here, it's kind of like that, and then it goes. It's more like that, and maybe the torso, it's a bit, it's not that like leaned outward. I kind of like that. You can start doing like really quick studies. But yeah, the shorter ones for me are the hardest. Another thing you can try, because the shorter studies are gonna focus much more on direction and the action line. Trying to spot like where is the design flowing. The energy, right? That's the thing that you need to find with the shorter studies. That it's easy to trace it on the design, but it's really hard to get it. you know and for longer studies, or something that you can try if you're kind of in not knowing where to start, is you can try to look for the direction of the chest, where the chest is looking and where the hips are looking in relationship to each other. For example, the chest, we can do something. Oh shit. Something like that. We can see the middle of the chest that's kind of facing towards us. So maybe it's here, right? And he's kind of going like that, kind of like that. And then the pelvis is sort of tilting outwards, right? Because here the chest is kind of doing this always. And the pelvis, you can see here that it's kind of tilting outwards, right? So it's kind of, he has it tilting like sort of the other direction. So the chest is sort of looking at us, and the pelvis is sort of the other way. So it's something. Right, something like that. And then we have, this is why I meant you're gonna have the pinching here, right? And here where you have the more like the stretch, right? Then always you're gonna have the insertion of the neck, and for the clavicles, and to sort of position the arms and everything, I like to do here, we're gonna have the clavicles, like here's the sternum, and you can sort of use the clavicles to sort of orient your arms. All the poses are gonna have, this happens a lot when you study like the Michelangelo from Da Vinci. Like he's sort of like stepping like that, so he's in a counter post, because his arm, it's sort of all chill. This part of the body, it's perfectly straight, and the other one is kind of, it's like twisting his hip. So here you're gonna have, usually when you have one part of the body in this direction, the other one is sort of compensating the other way. Sorry, this one is here, and the other one is kind of like that. here, because of perspective, it's kind of sees, kind of, it seems like the other way around. The perspective is weird. You can have the guy go there, right? You can also try to orient your head. You can see here he's looking kind of down, so we can do the circle for the head and try to orient the middle section. So that is where the brows would sit. So right, you can try to make it like that, you know. And he's kind of the chin is kind of meeting where his clavicles are, so his head is kind of getting for short, and so we can do something like that. And then the nose there doesn't matter as much. And we're just trying to get the features correctly. But again, what's important here is that we get that certain twist that he has. It's kind of hard. His hip here needs to be a little bit more like this. No. Closer. Push it. Oh, I was painting on the background. It doesn't matter. And here, what I missed, I think the legs are too short. You know, that's good, my guys. So yeah, let me actually start. Let's do another. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. Oh, I was drawing on the background, but an idiot. Lock this here. Try to do this one. It's pretty hard. So this one's pretty hard. But for example, let's try to do that. We can see his chest. He's sort of his chest. It's like that. But we're seeing his chest insertion, like the top of his ribs. I kind of like that, and then it's coming back here. So actually, we're kind of seeing like the bottom part of his rib cage, right? And then the hips, we are actually seeing something like that. You can use the sort of the pelvis insertion if you can see its bones or where the abs insert. You can sort of see the inclination, right? It's more like so. All right, let's try to do this one. Like this. It captures it. That one's pretty good. This one's pretty good. You know what I mean, guys? So, yeah, let's try more. But this is what I mean. You need to get into this kind of groove, and you just start doing. You get better as you start to warm up. Oh, I wanted to do this one. This one's pretty hard. All the sort of contorted body poses are really fucked up because you need to get a better feel for what everything is, and it's kind of hard. But let's do. This one's so. Take a quick second before starting to draw to try to think. Try to. Okay, so we're gonna have like we have something like that, and then and then you can start to. Okay, boom, boom. Another thing you can try to do when thinking about like the body, it's like you're gonna have something like this. You have the thorax, and the thorax like from the front, it's kind of like a elongated like water drop. You're gonna have something like that, and the hips, you can think of it like a bucket, right? Right, but it can be easier also if you think of it like this, and then you have something like that, and then you kind of morph it into one. So if you're kind of struggling, you can think of it sort of sort of like this, right? You have it. Right, if you kind of struggle it, you can think of it like that. For poses like this, it helps you like sort of visualize the hip a little bit more because it's pretty obscure, right? So you're gonna have something like that, and then maybe the I can picture her body, it's sort of like that, and then try to see also like the clavicule, it's obstructed. So I'm gonna think like her shoulder sockets are kind of like this. So okay, I can explore this, like exaggerate this position here. His head is gonna like from the back of the thorax, from the top. If you do a straight line, you're gonna get like the neck, because from the back it goes straight. So you can do like the circle here, you're gonna get the head. Right, the position of the arms, it's pretty fucked up because this one it's going here, and then it's doing like and then the other one it's sort of like that and coming off the other side sort of right, and then the leg from behind, it's doing like a z like this, doing like a the and you can see also like this is a detail, but it's important. Like when you're not completely sure like what the stroke is, like just take the like this, for example. We have this line here, try to make it, and then it's like that, so we make it right. But see how her knee is past from where we did like the elbow, so try to respect that, right? Use it as a metric, and okay, so that goes parallel here. And let's assume the other leg is doing something like, because all of her hair. It kind of works, right? It's kind of exaggerated, but and then go at it again and try to make it a bit more dramatic, right? Shit, that pose is really fucked up, bro. But I like it. Yo, it looks. What the fuck is that? Can you read the pose? It's kind of fucked up. Let's try to do it again. Let's try to do it again. Let's put it to the side. Let's try again. Let's try in black. Actually, let's do it in blue. Okay, so now that looks better, right? We're trying to understand what's happening. Shit, I had to pick the hardest pose, am I right? Fuck, now it looks like it brought her back. Like the first one was a bit better. The gesture. Let's try to predict where the leg is. Because I can see from her hair. But I figure it's somewhere here. I feel this one is better, chat. Not gonna lie. This one captured the gesture better. It's better. Yeah. Let's do another one. Let's try another one. How long have you been drawing for? You mean right now? Right now I've been at it like what is it like half an hour? But in my life I've gone through a lot of on and off phases. But I've drawn for years. But right now I did get back into drawing like more seriously. But I don't know. I'd say like 5 6 years that I've trained to draw. But I've been drawing for for longer. Oh, this one I wanted to do. This one's hard. This one's kind of hard. Okay, there is like kind of this think. You're right. So we're gonna have some like this is the stretch, and here is the pinch, right? We're gonna have a bit of his chest is sort of pointing outwards, but kind of looking at us, right? And his hips are kind of looking more towards us, right? See her missing a bit of. I think let's go. That works. And then you try to uh, then it doesn't matter like you get the anatomy perfect. It's just you want to try to get the energy of the pose. Like she's doing some weird shit with her weight, and that's what's difficult to get. you know I feel like mine it's a bit off balance, and maybe the oh shit, yeah, kind of off balance, just a little bit. But mine it's a bit more exaggerated, which I like. you know Yo, we kind of nailed it, bro. That's so hard. I like that. Right. The head, I always go a little bit like small on the head. You need to go a bit, always go a bit larger than you feel you must. And something that also happens a lot is that we tend to do our arms and everything we do just a bit too small. So this works, and you get into the groove, my guy, and you start just going. Let me just some let's revise some anatomy just to so you can try to get it a bit better. But you need to practice this, because let's say this is the chest, right, and it's oriented this way, so you're gonna have this is the sternum. Here is the neck, like where the neck kind of connects, right? You're gonna have here the clavicules, right? And on the back, you're gonna have like the scapula. Like from the back, it looks like something like from the back, right? Here you're gonna have the head, right? From the back, you're gonna have both your up scapules. So it's gonna be something like that from the back, right? And the right, and it's kind of like that. This is your pelvis. It's kind of like a bucket. And from here, you're gonna have like your dorsal muscles that kind of insert here, right here. Here's your brachialis maximus. I don't know. I don't remember the name of the muscle. Here's where the rib cage kind of connects. Here you're gonna have your love handles, right? Butt cheeks, ears, right? This connects a bit more like outwards. Like this is your scapulus, like that. So from the front, it's sort of your scapulus like that, and from this point, you're gonna have the connection of the chest muscles. So the chest muscles like goes like that, and it's like a band that goes from here. It connects this part and then upwards. So you're gonna have a bit of this, and then it just connects to the top part like that. And it has some bands. So it's like that's one band, like one head. That's the other head, you know? So on the top, let's say you are lifting your arm, and the other one it's a bit down. So you're gonna have your chest does a bit of this. Right here, it compresses, and when it stretches, let's say here you have your like your arm, right? So the muscle of the chest, it kind of wraps around to go on top, because the insertion, if this is your clavicle, right, and this is your bone, your arm of the bone of the muscle of the chest, it sort of inserts here in the top part, so it kind of wraps around, and then it's covered by and then the bicep comes here, you know, back on the tricep there, and on top of this is going to be like your shoulder muscle. So here the chest needs to wrap around, and it sort of goes on top, you know, and it's sort of like it's going on top of it, you know. It's kind of hard to to explain. Like I can just show you. Right, and then you have the shoulder, and the top head of your shoulder is gonna be on top of your like your chest muscle actually. Right, and then you have that, boom, boom, bang, tick, tick. Right? Does that make any sense, guys? And like you have this part of the chest. Think about it like coming about the other way and making like a cape. You see what I'm doing? It creates like that kind of like cape shape that's gonna be like your dorsal muscle from the back that kind of wraps around and connects here. You see this one, this here? Like this is all, you can think of it like the same shape. Like this here is this. It's like that same shape, like sort of connecting, you know, it goes from below to top of the your like your arm bones. I don't remember this, what's this bone called? Right. Yeah, I'm pretty good with the male body. The women's body, it's harder for me. I don't know. It's that's because of all the time like drawing fucking comics. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's do a couple of more. Let's do one more, and let's just damn bro, the fuck, going crazy. Where's my mouse, bro? Where's my mouse? Here. Let's do one more. Which one? Which one? Mm, I want to. Let's do two. Let's do this one. Oof, this one's hard, bro. Let's do this one, and let's do. Oh, this one is hard also. because she's caught in the middle of motion. Let's do one a bit more static. Let's do this one. Let's do this too. So okay, this one. We have kind of like this duck, and then also it has like something like that. This one's hard. Okay, let's try to do. That's like a book. Pretty exaggerated, right? Mm, it goes to the floor there. Chest is funny because like the back, it's doing like a weird motion. Like the chest is kind of, it's like pointing in that direction. It's like pointing like that. And the hips are kind of pointing in that direction. It's not the same. They are pointing like more towards the back of the room. So and the other leg is kind of, it's hard because of the dress also. Like she has like, hmm. The other shoulder, it's around here. It's throwing the arms up that direction. This pose is hard also because there is foreshortening happening. It's like it's a wide lens, and this fit it's getting a bit bigger. So the pose, if it makes any sense, is kind of skewed like that. You see what I mean? Like it's going into the horizon because of the lens. It works, right? Let's see it. Ah, almost nailed it. I like mine more. It's a bit this leg, I don't like it. And this should be like more like that, like more broken. Like that, like she's falling apart literally. And we have a nice pinch there. Sorry, nice stretch. We have a pinch there. There, there. There. There it's almost perfect. There. This arm could be a bit. There. There is. You see what I mean? But you need to take a look at the pose and try to really get it. Okay. This is good. And then you do some custom typography, you know what I mean? Like cool, 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 cool. What was the other one? Little. Okay, this one's kind of hard. Bro is really aura forming right now. So, bro wanted to know about the shading. Let me, let me. I go to that in a second. So this is kind of there. This is kind of there. Oh, this pose has a really nice structure. You see, like it's like fuck, like a really cool line here, and then the same line here, and then you have this line there and this line there. It's kind of, it's like a, right, and then you have. Hmm? So actually, let's try to do that. Another one. Let's just try to. Okay, bro has his face right there. You see, sometimes it's not even you can you can put the lines where they should be, but sometimes it's not even about that. You see, it can end up looking stiff. This guy has a certain like calmness to his pose that's really hard to replicate for me. You see that change? It helped a lot. I had like I tend to draw like really eh, but it wasn't doing it. It needs to be like more like that. Like he's more leaned into the pose, right? He's the hand. Okay, whatever. That works. Does this work, chat? It works. My guy was asking with the drawing you did in the brief, what's the thinking process behind for the line weight and the shading? That's something that I do. That it's more from the comic world, but it's like blocking. But for that, you need to really understand like what's happening, right? Like for example, I can do something like this, right? And I know where the shapes on the chest are, right? So I can. Right, if I make a face. Also for drawing skulls, like using curved shadow. Yeah. I just like to do that. If I wanted to properly shade it, I don't know. I think it's a much more dramatic look, and I think because it's easier to do for me and I can do it faster. I don't know. I like the rough, like the pretty dramatic lighting, like you get in like a comic from Mignola or something like that. I really like that kind of lighting. Right now, I just bought like a bunch of volumes of Hellboy from Mignola, and I'm reading those. And I really like how he draws. He's really like graphic design, like how he structures his vignettes. Like it's crazy. But For example, when drawing like a head, it's not so much like a it's like a circle, but imagine that the sides are chopped, right? So it's kind of that form, right? And in here, like you go down a little bit, you have the middle line, you go down a little bit, and then you go to the like to the jaw. And this from will change from person to person. Like imagine like you have balls here, which are your gums, and this will change from person to person, right? Because people are like bigger gums, less pronounced gums, right? Then here I like to do like this, and in here I do like this triangle for the nose, right? Right? And here we have a shadow, and here we have another shadow, right? Then in the middle line, you have like the top of your eyebrows. So we're gonna have something like this, and you have like a little visor thing, right? Here you're gonna have your eye sockets, right? And that lowers there, connects there, right? The point is that you need to be able to visualize your planes, right? From there it goes like that. Then this goes to the muscles that go to the collarbone. This follows more or less like straight, depending on how muscular bro has his neck. Can get then here we have like a shadow for this. You know what I mean? So it has a little bit of like there, right? And then you can do stuff like, because I know how the planes work, you know? Because I understand sort of how that shape work, I can just do like the flat lighting, right? And here, this is usually gonna project like a shadow, right? You're gonna have the shadow here, but it's also gonna project. If you're gonna have a shadow on this part, that means the light source, it's here. Actually, this shadow is wrong, right? The shadow is gonna be more like, gonna wrap around the muscle, like so. Here you're gonna have shadow also. So here you're gonna have a shadow on the inside. You're gonna have a shadow here, right? And here you're gonna have a projected shadow that's something like that. And there you fucking got it. You know? No, it takes a lot of practice, but you can do it. You can do it. You know, and from the side, the head looks something like a circle, but you need to take off that thing that we chopped here. So if you have a head like that and it's like that, you need to, you take that part and that's gonna give you like the middle. And in here you go down and you take the, like this that we did. Go down here, right? And then the neck connects here, like in this part, because here it goes like this, and the neck connects like in that way. It's not like a simple thing. Then you see the neck is kind of shit. Like the neck connects like that. It doesn't. It's not like this. You know. It's not like this, and it's not. I used to do the neck sort of like this. You know, and it's not quite the neck. Like sort of protrudes a bit on the outside, right? Sort of like that. And here you have that. You see what I mean? I always do this. Like here, the nose, it's sitting well above the bottom line of this. You see this part that I did here, and also, it needs to go well past it, like there. So now I have space to do that. Oh, another thing, like it's not precisely like straight down also, you know, it depends on the person that you're trying to draw, but heads can go like that, you know, like that. They can go like perfectly straight, and they can go in a bit of a slant depending of how retracted the jaw is, but you can play around with that. I usually tend to draw always the same face because I'm not that good at drawing. Like I just know what I know, you know, but I'm not that master level or anything near it. That's why if you see my drawings, you're gonna see a lot of the same face. All my characters have kind of this that same face, which is the one that I practiced with, you know, that I'm kind of good at doing. But I'm trying to practice to making like different kind of stuff, you know, like maybe I don't know, a character that's a bit more like fucked up, has like a smaller nose. You see, I'm not that good. I know what I know. I'm not that super great, you know. But yeah, that is what it is, my guys. Please practice. Let's check at the other poses that we were doing. Oh shit. Art attack. Damn. Yo. This one was good. This one was good. That was good. Whoa. Yo. Like if you don't have the original picture side by side, it's actually hard. You know what I mean? I'm just a fiend, bro. I'm just a fiend at making this like this particular three drawings. Bro, I nailed it. Like if you don't have the picture side by side, like it works really well. Nah, I cooked. The red one is far better. But I hope like kind of seeing my process, it helped you. Nah, these are great guys. Like not to blow wind into my own mill, but yeah, they are far better I think than even these ones. Yeah. Bro, come on. That's crazy, actually. That's really good. I'm super happy with the result. Let's go. So yeah, my guys, that was kind of it. Tomorrow I'm gonna post about this because I'm really glad. I'm really happy how it turned out. Damn, bro. Could not. What? Save. Could not use the brush tool? What do you mean? Oh, there. Let me move this to the other monitor. Work. There. There is. So that was kind of it, my guys. Let me know, what are you thinking? What do you think about the assignment? If you want to talk about something in particular. Oh, take a look. This is a background that I did for the collection we're doing with we released. Actually, let me show you that. Let me show you that because it's so pumped. So some of y'all, shit, throwing everything. Fuck. There. So some of y'all have might seen what that I was doing like a collaboration with One of Zero. They might be in the chat. I don't know. We released a collaboration of Despad and keycap sets that's turned out amazing. It's already out. Let me show you. Let me put it. I had it here on the Discord. Notifications here. This is my one of my best client pieces that I've done. But it's a collaboration piece, you know what I mean? Like here it is, guys. It's fully out. There it is. Collection inspired by the struggle to overcome created resistance. Here are the keycaps. This is the set that I have right here. I want to show you right now a little bit. It's inspired in a lot of the micrographics aesthetic that I use sometimes, and has a lot of references to the Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. Or you already know that I love that shit. And yeah, also like the OGs are gonna know that I used a lot of my asset packs to make this. It's made out of those. So if you follow me for a long time, you're gonna see a lot of the graphics from the asset pack that you might have also. So this is one of the keycap sets, and the other keycap set, it's this one, the bleed, with all the grain and the texture. I'm really happy with how this turned out. It was a dream that I didn't know that I had. I never thought it like even possible to have like a collection of these. So really, thank you to the people of One of Zero that gave me the chance to design this actually from scratch, and they never really gave me like it was perfect almost from the start. It also comes with a print. The paths come with a print, so you can have in your studio. Right, so it looks amazing. This is the one that I'm using right now because I think I really like how it turned out. It wasn't supposed to be not even the main one. This is the noise one. Comes with that print. And then the last one is the overlay. This is for the OG, for the goats, the one that wants the PNG, not the PNG on the despot, bro. But it's amazing. Look at the little label there. It says lock in, tune out. It comes with this print also, which is pretty big. And yeah, bro, like this turned out like it's beyond it's beyond crazy for me. But here you have the about part. Let's go. So yeah, if you can go give a follow the 1 of 0 guys, I posted about them in my stories. Helps them a lot. They are really great company, and it's super crazy to me to be in the page that, because these dudes like they only deal with real shit. You know what I mean? Like Wootin, Keychron. It's like an enthusiast brand. You know, this is not like Logitech or anything like that. They have the you bought, my guy bought the things here, right? Like the Node. Let's go. They only have enthusiast kind of gear, so it's I'm really thrilled by it, bro. Like being in partnership with a really cool brand, you know. And they already done like some other collaborations with artists, but yeah, the guys have been really great, and I hope that this become like a flagship item, you know, because I designed it for that. Let me actually show you a little bit more. Have it here. Let me take out a little bit the yeah, one second. This, I know have the clamp here. You see me chat, bro? So like that's the pad detail there. But look at the print. The print looks crazy actually, because it looks like almost like it's actually embossed. You see what I mean? It's crazy. Here we have the wooding right now. It has the Photoshop shortcuts and also the JIS kind of symbols. So yeah, I'm really happy for how it turned out with this hero. Damn. And yeah, it's been really great. Let me show you just like for example, this is the box they come in. It's really crazy. They have like the logo there. You see it there. Let me put the lights more. More. It's straight. There. Pop, 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 pop. So when you get it, comes with a really cool like bag, and it's gonna come with the print also. I'm gonna show you the print right now in a little bit. Can you hear me all right? And this is the texture one. They're pretty big. Right, but can you see the quality on the print? Like, look at the texture, bro. There it has the lock in, tune out. When the image flips, I'm gonna Looks amazing. And one thing is that I'm a lover for a good for a good pad for for the setup, and I actually designed it so it's resistance to stains, you know, because with the texture, the black one, it's gonna hold up dirty a bit better than a plain black one. You know what I mean? So we hide if we are being a bit nasty with our desk mat, it hides in the texture. You know what I mean? Because I used to have a black one, a pure black one, and you had to clean it all the time if you don't want it to look like hella nasty, you know. And the other one, which is the one that I was showing you, it has like a gradient that also helps. The design it's done so. I mean, I designed it so you can keep it without washing it like a bit more, you know. So the stains are not as noticeable, you know. So so yeah, all that comes from my experience actually being in my setup and designing with that in mind, because I really wanted it to be like the definitive desk setup, you know, in terms of style and in terms of being usable, you know, and also inspire you. Because the desk mat is something that kind of goes like unnoticed a bit. So I wanted to do one that's a bit more chill, because maybe you don't want it to be like the center of your setup, you know what I mean? So the texture one and the bleed one are maybe a bit more chill, but the one with the texture, that's like a main part of your desk, you know. So yeah, they turned out amazing. I'm super happy because yeah, I really wanted to make like I didn't want it to make like a collabing which is just another product that will end up in the sea. You know what I mean? Just to make another like random product that's some bullshit. You know, like we spent almost a year, more than a year doing this, and I'm really happy in making a really good quality product with the guys of 1 of 0. So if you want to grab one up, I'm gonna put the link in the description after the stream. So yeah, I'm really happy. Oh, and these are the prints that come with it. Shit. Actually, right. It's a pretty high quality print. This one's a bit dirty because I had it on the box. Oh, here's one that's good. Sorry. The prints are really good quality. Like I'm gonna frame this and put them on the thing. I don't know how they used to, like in China they made them, but the quality it's like I was blown away, because also the texture is like a really nice like matte painting, like the ink. Love it. And then this one's my favorite. I'm gonna put this like lock in, bro. Lock in, tune out. I love this. So yeah, that's the drop, guys. Hope you liked it. I'm really happy about it. I'm gonna make later. I'm really like completely swamped with client work and in collabs. I'm working on other collab with another brand. And I don't know if I can say it yet, but it's not a product. It's just a branded like post. But I reached out to them because I really like using their service. So so yeah, I really want to kill it on that. And I'm finishing all the client works, but yeah, I'm gonna release other products also. Like bro was asking about the paper trace template. I'm gonna release that next, bro. Like hold up on me, you know what I mean? I need to finish all this stuff all this stuff that I wanted to do it properly, you know what I mean? I don't want to just get it out of the way. I need to make a good video for the keycaps. I need to make it's all good stuff, you know what I mean? I'm just bitching about like doing well as a designer. What the fuck? You know, but also the dojo, it's a lot of work, but I love doing this. I love doing stuff to teach you, to motivate you, and also to motivate myself, you know what I mean? Because myself, I'm a fucking degenerate. All because of social fucking media, you know? Oh, and I didn't show you the keycaps. What the fuck? Wanted to show you the other set. They come like this, but these look like pretty standard, but the material on this is crazy. Like the quality of the keycap, it's really great, and it has like a little bit of texture. You won't see it here, and the printing also. It's not like black and white. It's like a matte gray. Shit, I don't want to scratch the pad. Oh shit. Yeah. Damn, bro. Beep. The texture, bro. It's really great. I'm really happy. We have the design syndrome keycap. Shit. Pretty good. And for this set, like the space bar is crazy. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. You're gonna have this enter. Yo, I don't know why. Wait, am I stupid? There. See it? That one, and I really like this space bar. Looks really good. So yeah, I'm really happy about it, guys. Thank you also for all your support always, and watching my shit, and yeah, thank you, because this is also because of you guys. So yeah, really happy about this. I don't want to get into the like bullshit motivational thing, like do what you feel like and things will happen, because I don't think it's like that at all, right? A lot of people like do good work and nothing happens. But the one thing that I do can say, right, if you don't try to do good work, nothing will change for sure. Like just do your work consistently and something will happen. It might not be what you want, right? But something will happen eventually, right? So we'll just keep at it, you know what I mean? And hopefully these exercises that we were doing in the dojo, hopefully can create some change, in the sense that it's nice that these things happen. It's nice that these opportunities come our way, but I don't want to make it ultimately about that. It's nice, but it's nicer that we can live this life, this creative life, and just be the price. You know what I mean? So cherish that. If you're able to be that in your computer or whatever it is, maybe you're not landing the clients yet, but to be able to live a creative life, and to be able to even to to be a person that can consider it as a thing that you would do, you're in the top 1%. So don't take that for granted, and actually do the thing and do it properly, because you don't know what might happen. Then don't pretend, don't be so egotistical as to think that what you think might happen will, just because of your input. Something far crazier can happen. you know Worst case scenario, you're happy. So hopefully we all get to that, you know. But yeah, thank you guys. And that was kind of it. If you don't have nothing more that you want to talk about or whatever it is, I'm gonna just close the stream. It was an amazing one. I really like the sketches that we did. Like I'm pretty like, because I'm not that good at the really quick ones. That's why the ones that I do are a bit more detailed, because that's what I'm good at. And but bro, I really cooked on the quick ones. You know what I mean? Really happy. So so yeah, right now I'm gonna do a bit of mixing on my new decks, and I'm gonna call it a day, my guys. If you don't have any more questions, I'll just bounce, bro. I'm cooked. But yeah, thanks to everyone that stopped by. You already know how it is. Fuck peace. We should conflict. Do the assignments. Do more art. Do more. Do more. Do more. Consume less. Consume less. Bye bye. Peace.